Imagine this. You're sitting peacefully enjoying your space when suddenly, bam, you are hit by an explosive fart, a loud belch, or worse, a sight you never wanted to witness, like someone casually excavating their nose in full public view. You have dealt with narcissists, you exactly know what I'm talking about. Today, we're diving deep into the weirdly disgusting hygiene habits narcissists seem to flaunt like badges of honor. We are not just talking about bad habits, we are talking about behaviors that are outright disrespectful, revolting, and deliberately designed to assert dominance and belittle you. But before we get started, here is a small but a very crucial disclaimer. Just because somebody has these bad habits does not mean in any way they are a narcissist. They could be on the autism spectrum, have ADHD, or even be a collapsed trauma survivor. Context and intent both matter significantly here. Narcissists do not do these things because they are unaware of social norms or because they are overwhelmed by their internal chaos. Narcissists engage in these habits because they genuinely do not respect you or the shared space. Their behavior is an intentional disregard, a calculated power play, and an outright violation of your dignity. Let's now get started with number one, the horrific nose picking ritual. This hits home for me personally as it was a constant presence in my childhood. Picture this vividly. My father sitting at his desk, deeply immersed in thought or busy at work, suddenly, without hesitation or embarrassment, plunges his finger right into his nose. He pulls out hairs, excavates boogers, and casually scatters them around his workspace as if leaving mementos behind. Even worse, whenever he was about to leave for an important meeting or office, he would literally tilt his head back and demand either my sister or me to inspect his nostrils to ensure they were clean. If we dared inform him otherwise, he would quite arrogantly grab the hem of our shirts and wipe his nose with them. Yes, our clothes turned into disposable tissues at his command. Can you believe that? The violation here is not just physical but deeply emotional and psychological. You see, narcissists like my father consciously normalize such disgusting behaviors as a stark message. Your comfort, your body, your boundaries, and dignity mean nothing to me, and I don't care. Number two, loud farting and burping, a calculated power play. You may have noticed how narcissists deliberately dominate spaces with bodily noises. They do it intentionally. Narcissists view loud farting and belching as crude assertions of dominance, openly flaunting their disrespect for everyone else present. Imagine you're eating something, you're in your space, when that narcissist suddenly erupts into a deafening belch or a loud fart that reverberates through the room. They often smirk, chuckle, or even openly laugh, dismissing your discomfort for embarrassment. And they do it with callous indifference. This behavior, as I said, is not accidental or simply poor manners. It is designed to provoke reactions of disgust, discomfort, or total embarrassment. Narcissists revel in the distress they cause, basking in twisted satisfaction and reinforcing their dominance over others. Behavior number three, shaving, trimming, and laundry chaos all over the house. Another repulsive habit they practice with shocking regularity. It is their tendency to leave grooming chaos behind. When living with a male narcissist, it's a routine for any person to walk into the bathroom after they have shaved or trimmed their hair and feel like you've stepped into a war zone. Tiny hairs scattered across sinks, floors, mirrors, and even towels. Nothing is spared from their grooming aftermath. It's almost like they have performed delicate surgery, deliberately leaving evidence of their presence behind because they see you as a slave. Narcissists do not simply forget to clean, they intentionally leave messes behind, silently communicating that it is beneath their dignity to clean up, and that kind of work is for you. Moreover, their laundry habits are equally troubling. Dirty socks thrown carelessly on the sofa, shirts haphazardly draped on chairs, and dirty underwear lying blatantly near, but never inside the laundry basket, just near. By creating chaotic environments, they assert your role as subordinate caretaker responsible for managing their mess. Number 4, they do hygiene, but only for show. It's selective showering and brushing teeth. They weaponize hygiene only for show, to get admiration, attention, and to appear normal. One particularly bizarre but common narcissistic trait involves their selective hygiene practices. Narcissists typically neglect personal cleanliness unless they are scheduled to see someone important or leave the house for a social or professional event, which is abnormal. They may go days without showering, brushing their teeth, or attending to basic personal hygiene, completely indifferent to their odor or unkempt appearance as long as they remain unseen by outsiders. However, the moment they are expecting company or stepping outside, they frantically scrub, wash, cover themselves in fragrances or deodorants to project a pristine image. This superficial hygiene routine highlights an essential truth. Personal care for narcissists is purely performative, driven by appearances rather than genuine self-respect for care for others. Around you, they will remain intentionally dirty and smelly, clearly communicating through their body that your comfort and opinion hold no importance for them. Number 5, using shared personal items without boundaries. You tell me in the comments if you have experienced it. Narcissists often use other people's personal items without asking. My father did it all the time. Imagine picking up your toothbrush and finding it already wet, even though you haven't brushed yet, or seeing their hair stuck in your comb. They borrow things like razors, towels, deodorants, and grooming products as if your personal belongings do not matter at all. Sometimes you will even catch them using your expensive lotions or skin care products without asking, leaving lids open or spilling things carelessly, showing no regard for your things. It's not uncommon to find your razor dull or dirty because they have used it without telling you. Doing these things shows clearly they don't have respect for your space, your personal boundaries, or your belongings. They do this to assert dominance and to basically bother you, to make you feel living powerless, enforcing the idea that your feelings or objections do not matter at all. Number 6, and the last one, they intentionally leave dirty dishes and food remnants everywhere. Adding to the chaos is their inexplicable habit of leaving dirty dishes and half-eaten food almost everywhere in the house. It's as if they intentionally want to live in filth or assert their disdain for cleanliness. Another reason why I call them demons. You may find used plates, cups, or utensils scattered randomly in various rooms, often accompanied by stale food or rotting leftovers. They do not just leave these items temporarily. Sometimes dishes sit untouched for days, attracting insects and foul odors. It is another calculated act of disrespect, expecting you to clean up their mess and silently communicating that domestic chores are way beneath them. In summary, these 6 revolting hygiene habits aren't mere quirks. They're calculated expressions of disrespect, manipulation, and control. From disgusting nose-picking rituals and intentionally disruptive bodily functions to chaotic grooming practices, performative hygiene, boundary-crossing personal item use, and intentional messiness with dishes and food, narcissists continuously reveal the disdain for your dignity and comfort. Remember, while these behaviors alone do not conclusively indicate narcissism, the intent behind them clearly highlights the manipulative and disrespectful nature of the narcissist. Now, what should you do? You need to protect yourself by seeing things for what they are. And then ultimately, you must not compromise your dignity. What is the best way to do that? You know it very well, by leaving and letting the healing begin and continue.